Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron TMHD. So yeah, this is going to be a great time. Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron TMHD, and this week we watched The Sound of Freedom, or just Sound of Freedom. This movie is good, right? This movie is a good movie. It's well made, well acted, things really well done. But I wouldn't say this movie was, okay, it's complicated, but this movie you're not really watching the movie to enjoy it. You're more watching it for the message that it has, right? And I think that message is very enlightening, and it really, even though I knew these issues existed, I didn't know how bad they truly were, right? And I'll get into more about this movie and more back at the house.
There's no Marine unit coming.
You're on your own. This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
When God tells you what to do, you cannot hesitate.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm Russell from HD, and this week we watched Sound of Freedom, starring Jim Caviezel. This film was actually made in 2018, but due to some distribution issues, it is now being released today to a plethora of massive success. Which it's hopefully the many people that are watching it are following the very important message and theme that it has with, child trafficking, which is a very touchy subject. But I personally found this film to be very, enlightening, maybe satisfying, if you could say. As in, this movie is it's very eye-opening to the message that it portrayed, to how big of an issue, slavery and, trafficking is nowadays. Even the end of the movie has a very powerful message at the end to leave the movie on, and it basically says that slavery is bigger than it was when it was legal, which is fucking insane. I never knew that, and it really enlightened me on that, and the film itself was very, very emotional. There were a lot of scenes, pretty much every scene was not really meant to be enjoyable. That's not really the point of the movie. It's meant to get the message across, trying to get it across that we need to put an end to this terrible, terrible thing that is going on nowadays to poor, just children. How evil people could be to treat children like this. It's all over the world, and it's awful. And the movie really gets that point across, and it's all about, this, Homeland Security guy. He's a real guy, by the way, real person, played by Jim Caviezel, based on a true story. Like, everything that happens in this movie that I'm aware of happened, and, it's basically about him, stopping, taking down some, I don't think I can say the P word, but, bad people that have a strange attachment to children. I think that's a YouTube-friendly way to say it. But you know who I'm talking about. Some bad people. He's taking down some bad people, arresting them, and eventually this leads him into South America, where he rescues these kids and reunites them with their dad, and on the way of him doing that, he rescues other children and arrests other bad people, and the whole movie is about him trying to rescue the daughter of this dad and the sister to the son of the dad, reuniting the family. And that was the whole plot of the movie, and I think it was executed very well, in my opinion. From the little knowledge I have about these things, I think it was probably just I thought it was good. Despite from one part of the ending where he, about him infiltrating the rebel base and, getting in and getting the girl and getting out, completely unscathed, pretty much. I thought that was a little fantastical because, him getting in is fine. But him getting out pretty much unscathed is a little hard to believe. I mean, maybe this did happen. Not saying it didn't. But it's like kind of like such an incredible feat. Like it's just hard to believe, but maybe it did. You know, maybe it did. Not trying to display it, but yeah, that's only one really big gripe I have with the story, and it's not even that much of a gripe. I didn't have a huge issue with it while watching the movie. Just in hindsight, I kind of thought about it. But yeah, I thought the story was very well executed, and getting on to execution, now getting about the film's like qualities as a film, I thought it was great all around, you know, really dramatic, really emotional, really tugs at your heartstrings. You know, I didn't cry or anything, but I was like, man, this movie's sad. You know, I was like, man, this movie's it's really getting me. You know, got me a little sad. You know, it was making me a little sad. You know, and that's hard to do for a movie nowadays. And me, so good job, movie, good job. You got me emotional a little bit. And also obviously the shots were great, the acting was great, and just as I said, the film like really gets you hooked. You know, the thriller part of the movie, where it's just super nerve-wracking at the end. Like, is he gonna get out? Is he gonna make it out? Because I don't know the whole story. So, like, is he gonna make it out alive? Is he gonna get out of this rebel base okay? You know, is the girl gonna be okay? Well, I knew she was gonna be. They wouldn't tell the story if she died at the end. That would be a pretty downer ending. But, yeah, it really got me hooked and really wanted me to see the rest of the movie. And yeah, just engaged the whole way through. Very engaging. And I did find myself, like, just wanting to know what happens next, you know? And, again, on the subject, executed very well. Now, I would recommend this film because not only is the message important, but the film is just genuinely a good movie. And I definitely recommend it to people unaware about the subject, or people just looking to see a good thriller. While you should pay attention to the message while watching it. If you want to see a good thriller, that's also there. You know, it's very suspenseful, very well acted, so if you're looking for that, while paying attention to the message, because you definitely should, go out and see it. Definitely recommend it. You know, support it. You know, this movie is a kind of movie you should support. Very much a good message. And I think I'd rate this film an 8 out of 10. Good movie. You definitely should see it, and just take in the message. You know, very important. But, yeah. Alright, so, yeah, I think I've said all I need to say. I think I've said my piece. So, guys, hope you like this video. Share, friends, subscribe, with notifications on. Comment down below how much you liked it. But you guys know how it goes. I didn't mean to say that. What I really meant to say was if you guys hated this video, unsubscribe, dislike, comment, hate me in the comments. I'm RTMHD, signing off.